Hi, everyone. This is Dewey Miller back with Kuandaa International. Today, I have with me Ed Shearer Berry. Pastor Ed is a pastor in the Indiana Annual Conference of the United Methodist Church.
Hi, everyone.
And Ed is in an unusual situation. He has a wife, Stormy, who is also an ordained pastor, and his daughter, who is 18, Keziah, are going to be traveling this year to Uganda on one of our Kuandaa mission trips.
That's right.
And I have Ed here to ask and answer some questions. The first one is, it's expensive to go to Africa, Ed. How did your girls do that?
It is expensive. And frankly, we don't have the finances to do it all ourselves. But to be just as honest, we contributed part of it ourselves because it's that valuable. My wife, Stormy, wanted to be a missionary in Africa before I met her. And she had some health issues and never did that. And so she and I are both ministers in the Indiana Conference of the Methodist Church. But she has never given up the idea of being a missionary in Africa. So for her, this is ideal, and it was a good reason to raise money. I mean, I can't think of a better project for a person like her.
Mm-hmm.
And then as far as our daughter, who is a very smart kid and a neat kid, of course, I'm not biased.
Of course not. Of course not.
She has been on mission trips with her mom. Stormy has been on an international trip to Germany and an international trip to Nicaragua.
Okay.
And Keziah went with her to Nicaragua.
Okay.
And then they both went on an American trip to Detroit, inner city Detroit. So Keziah is kind of our mission kid in our family. So we have the mission wife and the mission kid both wanting to go on this trip to Uganda. And so then, of course, the issue became, as you pointed out, how can we afford to do it? So we got together what money we could, and we could do some, but not all. But since my wife, Stormy, is a pastor, her church is very supportive, and mine as well. And we did a fundraiser at the church. The church people pitched in. We didn't have to buy food and things. They just donated all that, and they pitched in with the cooking, and it was a free will donation. And really, it went well. It was a pancake supper on Fat Tuesday.
Ah.
That's why pancakes. And they raised a good bit of money there. There was a scholarship involved as well. And so putting it all together, they were able to come up with the money just, I would say, not totally by faith. Oh, just, Lord, give me the money for this. But that was a part of it.
Right.
And their commitment to it just made all the difference. And the money just sort of came together from various sources. And I would say, Dewey, to anybody else that wants to go to Uganda, they could do the same thing. I honestly believe they could raise the money. The
Certainly.
money is not the issue. That's my feeling.
That's exactly right. And let me just add to that though anyone who's interested in going to Uganda, we offer some suggestions for ways to raise funds, resources for scholarships like Stormy and Keziah received. So it's not impossible. We've never had anybody who really wanted to go who was not able to come up with the funds to do it.
That's great.
It's not easy, but it's definitely possible. Well, Ed, what other kinds of questions do you have as the husband and father who's going to be left at home?
Left behind.
Yeah.
Let's see, that's a book, isn't it?
I think I've heard something about that.
Security. And what I read in the newspaper and all with rebel groups, different groups in different African countries, fighting the government, corruption in different governments of different African countries, it's just scary to me. And some of it may be ignorance, but I can't help it. I'm just scared about the security of sending them off.
Sure.
So,
well, the first thing I would say in response to that is you're well aware of the way the world is today.
yes.
And unfortunately, too often, you don't have to go anywhere scary to have bad things happen.
That's the truth.
We're very careful about keeping our teams secure. As far as Uganda is concerned, where our primary work is, there is a lot of stability in the government and in the nation, very little conflict, and the men and women who coordinate our trips from the Ugandan side are very conscientious about keeping us in safe places and making sure that we're never unaccompanied by someone from Uganda. The places we stay are generally hotels with security, pretty tight security actually. And I can say, for me, and I think for most everyone who's traveled with us, we've never felt even the least bit concerned about security.
You just can't know, Dewey, how much that puts my mind at rest.
Well, good. I'm glad for that.
And of course, if I were nervous about it, I wouldn't want them to go. But I do want them to go because I understand and have understood from you that this is a safe situation. And
right. So, Ed, do you have anything else that you would like to say or ask in preparation for this trip this year?
I have one big thing, Dewey.
Okay.
I'm going to be without my family for 11 days for this trip, and I'll have to deal with that and all the things that go with that. But what I want to tell you is how excited I am that Stormy and Keziah get to do this. They are both missional people. I mean, they have a heart for mission, and I know a lot of people do.
Mm-hmm.
And I am just so excited that they get to do this as a part of their life.
Yeah.
It comes from God, in my opinion, and they will be blessed by this trip. And I thank you for blessing them with it.
Well, you're sure welcome. We're glad to have them. We believe that what we're doing is not anything that's orchestrated by us or by any people. This is all put together by God, and He has called Stormy and Keziah like He's called maybe somebody watching right now, and we would love to talk to you about that. You can email us. You can check out our website, Kuandaa.org. We would love to talk to you about how you can partner with us on one of our mission trips. Thanks for watching.